In the previous lectures, we had a brief discussion over fiber optic cables, and we also saw the three types of cables, out of which fiber optic cable is yet to be discussed. But we have already seen the unshielded twisted pair cable, shielded twisted pair cable, and coaxial cable. Well, in this lecture, we are going to talk about fiber optic cable. Because fiber optic cable transmits digital signals using light impulses rather than electricity, it's immune to electromagnetic interference and RFI. Now, anyone who's seen the network's UTP cable run down an elevator shaft would definitely appreciate this fiber's feature. Fiber cable allows light impulses to be carried out on either a glass or a plastic core. Glass can carry the signal at a greater distance, but plastic costs less. Whichever the type of core, it's surrounded by a glass or a plastic cladding with a different refraction index that reflects the lights back into the core. Now, around this is a layer of flexible plastic buffer that can be wrapped in an armor coating that's usually Kevlar. Although fiber optic cable may sound like a solution to many problems, it has pros and cons just like the other cable types. It's completely immune to EMI and RFI, and it can transmit up to 40 kilometers, that is about 25 miles. But there are a few cons as well. It is difficult to install, and it's more expensive than twisted pair cable, and troubleshooting equipment is more expensive and twisted pair equipment is less expensive. And also, fiber optic cable is difficult to troubleshoot. Now basically there are two types of fibers. One is the single mode fiber and then is the multi-mode fiber. Let us talk about single mode fiber first. Single mode fiber optic cable, that is SMF, is a very high speed long distance media that consists of a single strand. Sometimes two strands can also be present of a glass fiber that carries the signals. Light emitting diodes, LEDs and lasers are the light sources used with single mode fiber. The light source is transmitted from end to end and pulsed to create communication. This is the type of the fiber cable employed to span really long distances because it can transmit data 50 times farther than multimode fiber at a faster rate. Clearly, because the transmission media is glass, the installation of SMF can be a bit tricky. Yes, there are outer layers protecting the glass core, but the cable still shouldn't be crimped or pinched around any tight corners. Then comes the multi-mode fiber. Well, multi-mode fiber optic cable, also known as MMF, also uses light to communicate a signal, but with the light is dispersed on numerous paths as it travels through the core and is reflected back. A special material called cladding is used to line the core and focus the light back onto it. MMF provides high bandwidth at high speeds over medium distances, which can be up to 2000 per feet or 3000 feet. But beyond that, it can be really inconsistent. This is why MMF is most often used within a smaller area of one building, whereas single mode fiber can be used between two buildings. MMF is available in glass or plastic version that makes installation a lot easier and increases the installation's flexibility. Well, there is one more choice, that is why you should use fiber over fiber optic cable. Well, fiber optic cable is suitable for long distance data transmission, whereas copper cables are not that greatly used if you want to transfer data over a long distance. And that is why most of the networks today employ fiber optic cables over the regular copper wires. Another good reason to opt for fiber is that if you require high security because it doesn't create a readable magnetic field. Well, although fiber optic technology was initially super expensive and nasty to work with, it's now commonly used for gigabit or 10 GB internet connections. Well, Ethernet running at 10 Mbps speed over a fiber optic cable to the desktop is designed 10 base FL. That is, the 100 Mbps version of this implementation is 100 base X. In the next lecture, we will talk about the media converters that we're going to see, like transceivers, then USB cables, and so on. So make sure you attend the next lecture very carefully.